week 7 of the fantasy baseball season, and here's a few pitchers I would look to buy low and try to trade for this week. The first guy is Stephen Strasburg of the Washington Nationals. So Strasburg, he's been out a couple months now with the shoulder injury, and he only has 2 starts under his belt this season, and this has been the problem with Strasburg throughout his career. It just seems like each and every season he has 1 or 2 IL stints, and they're extended periods of time. But now he threw a bullpen on Tuesday is Strasburg, and maybe he could come back in the next couple weeks here. But right now, while many owners are still frustrated with what's going on with Strasburg and how long he's been out, he definitely could be a buy low candidate. So far in the season, he only pitched 10 innings, like I mentioned, in 2 games. 0-1 record, 9 hits, 7 earned runs, 3 homers, 7 walks, 11 strikeouts, a 6.30 ERA, and a 1.60 whip, with 1 quality starts out of the 2 starts Strasburg had this season. So Strasburg, we know what he's capable of when he's healthy. And last season, he wasn't that good either in the 1 start he made before he got injured. So the injury bug has definitely caught up to him, and hopefully he could come back healthy. But right now, you definitely don't have to trade the premium to get Strasburg. And I own him in a couple leagues too, and I'm just trying to angle him off for anything I could get, because right now I know his value's diminished. And if you want Strasburg on your team right now, you could get him on a definite discount before he comes back in the next couple weeks to a month here. The next pitcher I look to buy low this week's Manaea of the Oakland Athletics. So Manaea here, he's been up and down so far this season here is Manaea. But Manaea, he's got a pretty good track record throughout his career. And so far this season, 3-2 record in 49 innings. 56 hits given up, 24 earned runs, 7 homers, 9 walks, 48 strikeouts, a 4.41 ERA, and a 1.33 whip with 5 quality starts under his belt. But the last couple weeks, it's been a struggle for Manaea. 15 1/3, 0-1 record, 22 hits, 11 earned runs, 3 homers given up, 2 walks, 15 strikeouts, a 6.46 ERA, and a 1.57 whip with 2 quality starts. So Manaea here, he's been struggling right now for this Oakland Athletic team. But I still have faith in him that he'll get things going and bounce back, and he just needs to have a couple good games in a row to get it going, because the last couple outings for him has been 7th versus Tampa, 7 1/3, 2 hits, 1 earned run, a walk, 10 strikeouts, a 1.23 ERA, and an 0.41 whip. So that obviously was one of his best starts of the season. Then May 13th at Boston, he got hit hard in that one. He only went 2 innings, got the loss, 10 hits, 7 earned runs, 2 homers given up, a walk, 2 Ks, a 31.5 ERA, and a 5.50 whip. And then his latest outing versus the Houston Astros, it was a mediocre game, 6 innings, but he did give up 10 hits, 3 earned runs, a homer, still got the quality start, 3 strikeouts, a 4.5 ERA, and a 1.67 whip here from Manaea. So Manaea, I think he could bounce back. And he's got a pretty decent matchup May 23rd versus a Los Angeles Angel team that's not hitting the baseball real well. And now with Mike Trout out, probably to July, it's an easy lineup to obviously get through. And right now, Manaea, he's even been dropped in 5% of fantasy leagues this week. But right now, I think he's a perfect buy low candidate this week. The next pitcher is Max Fried of the Atlanta Braves. So Max Fried, obviously the ace of the staff, with the news coming down the other day that Mike Soroka is not coming back at all this season. And Fried on the season so far, 28 innings, 1-2 record, 34 hits given up, 17 earned runs, 4 homers, 11 walks, 32 Ks, an awful 5.46 ERA, and a 1.61 whip with 2 quality starts. So it's been a struggle so far for Fried this season. But the last couple weeks, the numbers, they've gotten into gear for him. 12 innings, 0-1 record, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 walks, 12 Ks, a 1.50 ERA, a 1 whip, and 2 quality starts. So Fried, he's starting to pitch the baseball well. And this Brave team, I know it's been a struggle for them this season, but I think they're going to get things going, especially after last night, winning on the walk-off homer from Acuna. It's just a matter of time before that Brave team takes control and gets things going in the NL East. And Max Fried, he's going to be a part of it and the ringleader of that pitching staff. So the last few outings here for Fried, May 5th at Washington, 5 innings, got the win, 4 hits, 1 earned run, a homer, giving up 1 walk, 6 Ks, a 1.80 ERA, and a 1 whip. May 12th versus Toronto, 6 innings, 2 hits, an earned run, 3 walks, 4 Ks, a 1.5 ERA, 0.83 whip, and a quality start. And then May 17th versus the New York Mets, he pitched well again, 6 innings, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 8 Ks, a 1.5 ERA, and a 1.17 whip with a quality start. So the last few outings, it's been real good here for Fried. But the Braves, they just haven't scored runs for him. And now he's banged up a little with some cramping and a hand injury that left the game. But he should pitch in his next outing, which he's slated for May 22nd versus Pittsburgh, which I expect another good outing from him. But right now, his value still might be mediocre to buy him, but I still think he's a buy low candidate with that 5.46 ERA this season. The next pitcher is Taijuan Walker of the New York Mets. So Taijuan Walker, he's been a great signing this offseason for the Mets here over Trevor Bauer, and signed here with the Los Angeles Dodgers. So Walker was the next option, and he's been great so far this season. 44 innings, 3-1 record, 25 hits given up, 10 earned runs, a homer, 18 walks, 41 strikeouts, a 2.05 ERA, and an 0.98 whip with 4 quality starts. But unfortunately, Walker went on the injured list with side issues, which made him leave the game in Tuesday's ball game at Atlanta with left side tightness. And the Mets, they just put him on the IL. Same thing as Jacob deGrom a few weeks ago. He left the game with tightness on his side. So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's an oblique. Maybe these guys, they're just pulling muscles, overworking out, or overthrowing. But whatever the deal is, Walker's on the IL, and right now is a perfect time to buy him low. Because if he was still pitching and still healthy with that 2.05 ERA, that value would be up high. And he probably would have been a sell high candidate in my opinion. But right now, he's right in the middle with the injury. And he's a guy you definitely don't got to pay a big price to get. So the last few outings for Walker before he went down, May 6th at St. Louis, 7 innings, got the win, 1 hit, 8 strikeouts, no runs given up, an 0.14 whip and a quality start. May 12th versus Baltimore, 7 innings, got the win, 4 hits, an earned run, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, a 1.29 ERA, a 1 whip and a quality start. And May 17th at Atlanta before he went down with the tightness, 3 innings, 1 hit, 2 Ks, no runs given up, an 0.33 whip. So Walker, he's been pitching lights out, especially in the last month here for this Met team. And right now with him on the shelf, I don't think you got to pay the premium, and you definitely could get him on a discount. And the 5th and final pitcher I would look to buy low and trade for this week's Aaron Nola of the Philadelphia Phillies. So Aaron Nola, the ace of that Phillies staff, and one of the better pitchers in all of Major League Baseball and fantasy baseball over the last 2 or 3 seasons. But so far this season, it's been a mediocre season here for Nola, considering where most fantasy owners drafted him this season in the 2nd or 3rd round. 54 in the 3rd inning, 3-3 record, 50 hits given up, 22 earned runs, 6 homers, 9 walks, 61 strikeouts, a 3.64 ERA, a 1.09 whip, and 5 quality starts. But the last couple weeks here, the numbers, they haven't been good at all for Nola. 10 2/3, 0-2 record, 14 hits given up, 8 earned runs, 3 homers, 2 walks, 12 strikeouts, a 6.75 ERA, and a 1.5 whip with only 1 quality start there for Nola. So Nola this season, he's not really going deep into games. He, I know, had a complete game shutout early in the season, but ever since then, he just hasn't been the same as Nola. And right now, fantasy owners are definitely getting frustrated with these mediocre to poor outings for Nola. And the last couple outings for Nola, May 4th versus Milwaukee, 6 innings, got the win, 5 hits, an earned run, 2 walks, 10 Ks, a 1.50 ERA, and a 1.17 whip with a quality start. Then May 9th at Atlanta, he got hit hard in that one, 4 innings, got the loss, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 homers given up, a walk, 4 strikeouts, 11.25 ERA, and a 1.50 whip. And then his latest outing at Toronto, May 15th, 6 2/3, got the loss, 9 hits, 3 earned runs, a walk, a homer, 8 strikeouts, a 4.05 ERA, and a 1.50 whip with a quality start. So it just isn't the pure dominance like he's had over the last few seasons in the last month or so here for Nola. But I think he's going to bounce back. It's still early in the season, and his ERA is still at a decent rate. But right now, his value definitely dropped if you're talking in terms of trades and buying low with those last two outings. And right now, if I'm got the Nola owner in my league wants to look to trade him, I think you definitely could get him on a discount better than what you could have got him a few weeks ago. So that's a few pitchers I would look to buy low and try to trade for here in week 7 of the fantasy baseball season.